Yay!
Good. We synced up well for that. I feel really good about it. Yes.
Did it.
You nailed it. You're here.
I did
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
All right.
no. You're
What do I do
good.
with my hands?
I know the age-old question. I always like relate so much to those reductress headlines. Do you
Yeah.
guys watch it? And they had one that was like, what to do. What I still don't know what to do with my arm when I sleep. And I'm like, I relate so much to this. Like, what do you guys do with your arm when you sleep? Over.
Same.
My hair and
Oh.
my arms go up.
Yes.
Smart.
I can't
Just
have
get
my
rid of
hair
them.
touching my neck when I sleep.
Yeah.
I can't sleep.
I do
Yeah.
this. Like
No, I
I'm like a fainting couch. That's what
Yeah.
I look like. Yeah.
I think I have kind of like a fucked up four, kind of.
It's like you've
That makes
fallen
sense.
from a building and
Yeah.
you're.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're the chalk outline guy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's very
Yeah.
much. I try to sleep like a pile of dirty laundry is usually what I'm trying
Okay,
to do.
so you got kind of a four thing going on too.
Yeah, but it is related to being terrorized by Chucky as a child.
Oh.
I saw Child's Play at my
Yeah.
very first sleepover. It's why I'm not a dancer because it was a ballet sleepover. I was 5 years old
Oh my God.
and I had
Love
so many
ballet.
dolls, and I just would like sleep under my covers, distorted. So I was like, maybe they'll just think I didn't make the bed.
Well, because if your toes or your fingers peek out of the covers, you're in danger.
Absolutely. See, you get
They
it.
must be under the covers.
It's just science.
Yes.
Yeah.
The covers save you from everything.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
No, you totally get it. Yeah. No,
get
you
it.
must be covered up completely. Yeah. So that's how I've gotten better. I remember there was a point in like high school where I was like, you gotta be able to sleep with your head outside of the covers, Randy.
No, you don't.
No.
No, you don't.
Thank you for that.
Stay safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for validating.
Not with Chucky's afoot.
No, I mean, and he is a foot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I still think one of the coziest things you could ever do is be under a blanket and be reading something.
Yeah,
That is cozy.
with an Anna's little like flashlight going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you from Atlanta originally?
I'm from. I can't claim ATL status. I'm from Marietta originally, which is OTP.
I was gonna say you were OTP.
That's
What's
right.
OTP?
OTP is outside the perimeter.
Oh,
okay.
This
You
is
are-
Atlanta verbiage?
This is Atlanta verbiage.
Okay.
And it means you are not technically from the city.
Okay.
I live ITP. I have lived in Atlanta forever, but I am not from there. Cannot claim it. Will not
Okay.
claim it.
Wow.
That's good.
I mean, I think if
Otherwise,
you're from the
this would be
burb-
controversial.
I know, because we were good. This is why we brought you on the show. To talk
Yeah.
about your TP status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'm correct, all OTP is considered equal, kind of, right?
Kind of,
Yeah.
yeah. Pretty much there's Atlanta and then there's Georgia.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
pretty much everyone outside of Atlanta and everybody inside of Atlanta kind of agree on this, that Atlanta and Georgia are two different places.
Yeah.
A play that I wrote was put on in, do you know Serenbe?
Yeah, Sarah, yeah.
Yeah, Serenbe. Somebody else called it Serenbe, and I was like, I was calling it Serenbe, but was I saying it wrong?
I'm
but
sure I'm saying
I
it
think
wrong.
people that live there call it Serenbe. Is Serenbe OTP?
It is OTP.
It's
it is.
Serenbe OTP.
It's like 45 minutes from the city, without traffic.
It's
With
a trippy
traffic,
place.
It's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was built by a bunch of movie people and farm people, and like it's very. Hello, we're just Serenbe, and yeah, you gotta be
Is
kind
this
of
it's in
gotta
the
be kind of
barn?
fancy to go there.
My play was staged outside of a barn.
Okay, okay.
But like
Yeah.
this theater company, it's pretty cool. It's all outdoor theater.
It's
so
actually
like,
a big theater.
It's like an amazing
Yeah.
theater. They've won like awards and
Yeah.
stuff. Like it's and like his children's production of Alice in Wonderland, you had to like walk through a brook to get to where
that's
the
amazing.
thing
Oh,
was.
That's
So
immersion.
it's
Yeah.
all and like I think he does a really cool like Sleepy Hollow, but Serenbe itself, it's like
Different
Truman
place.
Show.
Yes.
Except for
Bougie Truman Show.
Bougie Truman Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truman
There are
Show.
trampolines periodically throughout this town in case you fancy a bounce.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Have you ever bounced on one of these?
No, I haven't even gone because I feel like I'll set off some sort of an alarm. Because I don't think I have like the income to even get in.
Oh, I see. You're saying like
you look very fancy right now.
you.
I
Yeah.
want you to know you look delightful.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you look great.
is this for the show? Oh my gosh,
She's got a Righteous
the crew
Gemstone
makes
gem.
the coolest stuff for everybody, like on your last day.
cute. Oh yeah, that's
They'll
awesome.
make all awesome art and just hand it out to everybody. And this is one of the things that they made.
Oh my God,
I love
Gemstone
that.
tin with a snake.
I love that.
Because Bible snake, you know.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Tree of knowledge and whatnot. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell us about like auditioning for the show and everything. What was that process like?
Oh, that was easier than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah?
I sent off a tape. I did it with my friend April, who always helps me tape. And I remember when we were doing it, I had a very specific idea in mind of what I wanted to do. And after I was done, she was like, maybe let's try it again. And I was like, nope.
I know what I want.
This is what I want. And she was like, okay. She's like, do you realize you're off camera for like the first like 30 seconds? And I was like, yep. Because I was at the point where I just didn't care anymore, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
That's when it happens.
they
when the
don't
good
like
shit
it,
happens.
then I don't want to do it, which is a lie.
That's the energy
You have to tell
bring.
yourself that.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to lie to yourself and say, I don't care.
But I mean, I think that it's so nice though that you were like, no, that's what I want to do, because I think it's so easy to second guess yourself sometimes. Somebody's like,
Yeah,
are you sure?
for
So that's
sure.
great. That
So
you
what
like,
were
no,
the
I am sure.
circumstances that made you make that choice?
They sent me a character description that was almost nothing. They were like, Southern Girl 22 blank expression. And I was like, oh, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. So yeah, she ended up being real weird.
No, Aunt Tiffany is a total
And
freak. I love
she's
her.
a total
I
freak.
love it.
She's way cooler than I am, honestly. And then I got a call back, but I had to go to Charleston for it, which is about 5 hours away. So I drove up just for the call back, and I was in the callback. I was wearing what I wore in my audition, because that's what you're supposed to wear, and I was wearing these like fluffy bedroom slippers that my grandmother had given me for Christmas. And I walked in, and Danny McBride is sitting there immediately within my eyeline, and I was like, "Oh shit! I didn't know you were gonna be here." What do I do with my hands again? So he's sitting there, and then Jody Hill and David Gordon Green are both there, and they're the other two directors. And Danny McBride immediately goes, "I love those shoes," and I go, "My nanny gave me these shoes."
Yes.
Just had to strike a weird.
Of course.
I don't know why I did that. And then we did the audition, and I could tell my audition was very different than everybody else's, because it was like an open air ceiling type place, because it was in an old mall, like it was in an old Sears
Weird.
that they had rented out, which they ended up using for their studio for the entire series.
This is what's happening to the Sears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is what's happening in the series.
They're turning into
Shooting
casting.
HBO show.
Yeah.
HBO casting.
Pretty much. And so I could tell my audition was like very different. So I was like, this is either very good or very bad.
Yeah.
And Danny McBride laughed in my audition. I remember that very clearly.
what
And
a
I was
feeling.
like, all right, I can die now.
Yeah.
I can get hit by a truck on the way home and be fine.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
And so I just left feeling like, you know what? I did my thing. If they don't like it, that's fine, whatever. And then like 3 days later, they were like, hey, you booked it. And I was like, what? Yes. This can't be a good show. If they're booking me. Like, there's
Like
no
they don't know
way.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
No.
And it was, I think originally they said it was going to be like 3 episodes, and then it ended up being like 6. I remember I got there the first day, and I was working my day job at the same time. I'm a UI developer. So
What's a UI developer?
I build like
Websites.
websites, like what you see on websites and
Oh,
stuff like that, on
wow.
applications.
Okay.
And so I had literally just gotten this job,
Yeah.
so I had to do both at the same time because I couldn't ask for time off. And so I was like sitting in the green room, computering, doing my job in between takes. Danny walks in and he goes, "You, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I build websites for my day job." And he was like, "Somebody else is gonna have to build those websites. You're in this." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, one second, let me finish." But like, yeah, I just had no idea that it was gonna turn into a thing. I didn't know they were gonna call me back or anything, and I was in all 4 seasons. Like,
So fun. And it seems like such a fun show to
it
make.
is the most fun show to make. Danny is really good Danny and the guys, everybody is really good at casting people who aren't assholes.
Yeah, the cast seems
clutch.
like
We
very.
have apparently a no assholes policy, and
That's amazing.
they do a very good job. Like not one person, not one guest star they've ever had was awful. Everyone's been amazing. The crew is fantastic. Like,
Well, that's great because I feel like it just lends to an environment where people can just really get goofy with it.
Exactly.
You know,
And
and
we
feel
just
comfortable.
have the best time. Like, it's hard work. It's long days. It's a lot of night shoots where you're kind of like, where am I? Who am I? But yeah, it's totally worth it because it's so fun.
Did you meet Walton Goggins for the first time when he was already in his fright wig, or was
I did. Oh wait, no. Okay, wait. Okay, the first time I met Walton Goggins, that's right. I was on set for a fitting.
okay?
And they said, go to makeup and hair so they can just take a look at you real quick. And I said, okay. So I'm walking up past all the trailers to go to makeup and hair. And I see Walton sitting outside his trailer. And I was like, oh, I've seen him before. He's been in a lot of stuff. And so I was like, he's got to be playing Baby Billy.
Yeah.
So I walked up to him and I was like, hey, I'm Valyn. I'm playing Tiffany. He was like, oh, you're Tiffany, blah, blah, blah. Totally nice, super gracious guy. And then the next time I see him is the day that we're shooting, and he's already Baby Billy. Like, he's not Walton anymore. And I had no idea what I was doing. Very, very green at this point. I had never recurred on a show ever in my life. And so Walton kind of just grabs me up and he's like, okay, here's what we're going to do. And I was like, thank God somebody is going to tell me exactly what to do. And so we get through our first shot, and after we're done, he comes up and he was like, that was really good. And I was like, thanks. And he was like, no, seriously, that was really good. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, Walton. We just kind of had a little thing. We had like a connection from day one. And everyone, I remember like 2 seasons later, I remember some of the cast being like, how was your chemistry read with Walton? And I was like, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And they were like, you didn't do chemistry read? I was like, no. And they were like, how was your screen test? And I was like, I didn't do that. And they were like, you didn't do a screen test? And I was like, I don't know if I was actually supposed to be here this long.
That's how good that audition was.
And I also don't know if, like, I feel like Walton can just carry anyone because he's that good. Like, and we just kind of lucked out that we had like some really good chemistry.
Right.
And I guess it's not really luck because they're just really good at casting.
Yeah.
Anytime they cast someone, every time I see it, I'm just like, that is so perfect. Like, every single time. I think season 2, I was in the trailer getting my hair and makeup done for a scene, and I was looking down at the schedule for the day, and it said Macaulay Culkin on the schedule, and I was like, is he playing my stepson? Tell me he's playing my stepson. And they were like, yup. And I was like, oh my God. And I only got to see him once, and we touched elbows because it was during the panty. But I was like, oh my God, this is so perfect. It's so perfect. They're just really good at it.
Yeah, that was great. No, you're right. Awesome. Every time someone shows up in that, if you know they're going to be there or not, they're always so perfect. Yeah. And it's always exciting when you kind of know who's coming up on a season. You're like, oh my God, they're going to be amazing.
Yeah.
How do you feel approaching the last season? Must be bittersweet.
It's so bittersweet.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it. This season's going to blow everybody's mind. The first episode especially. And I'm sad that it's done, but you know, Danny knows better than we do. Honestly, he's very smart. He's an extremely intelligent guy, and he's one of the nicest people I've ever met. Everyone's always like, "Is he like a jerk?" Because he always plays jerks. And I'm like, no.
He's taking those jerks apart.
Yeah, literally.
It's like watching his catalog. You're like, he knows these guys, and he hates these guys.
Exactly.
Clearly, it's like I'm making fun of you constantly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's really good at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's just like the nicest person. He remembers everyone too.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
I think I remember like my second week I was on set, and I think I told him my husband's name in passing. And then when my husband came up for the wrap party, he was like, "Oh, hey, Taylor." And I was like,
What?
"How do you even... Do you have an assistant that I don't see who's like feeding you names?"
He's got an earpiece.
Yeah, like where's the earwig, man? No, he just remembers everything. He's just so smart and nice and cool. Like,
He seems like he's done a really good job of like working with Hollywood as much as he has to.
Exactly.
But building
Yeah.
his
Yes,
own world.
1,000%.
I think those
Yeah.
make the best comedies. When
Yeah.
it's like just enough to kind of like have the connections
Yeah.
to be able to have these awesome like casting opportunities.
also being in Charleston is great.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Like, it's beautiful. It's by the ocean, and you can actually get in the ocean. It's not too cold to swim in.
No, yeah.
I
What's
like
that
that.
like? Yeah.
I like
Love the Atlantic.
as an East Coast girlie, the cold water situation out here
Oh my god,
freaks me out.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I
Yeah.
love the beach, but I never get in the water. I don't even. I
Yeah.
could just wear my regular clothes. Really, I don't need a bathing suit.
I lived here off and on for a while back in the day, and anytime I would go to the beach, no one was in the water, and I was like, why? And then I put my foot in, and I was like, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Melted
cold.
iceberg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, it's like near the beach. It's got some of the best food.
Yeah.
The food in Charleston is phenomenal, and it's gorgeous. It's just like all these old buildings and houses, and they're all just, they've got all this history, and he built up this whole world for him and his production company in Charleston, and I mean, we're happy to have it in the South, you know?
What
Yeah.
a dream.
Yeah.
Is it like summer camp vibes when you guys are
It
shooting?
totally is. I used to call it Bible camp. Vacation Bible school.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Say Vacation Bible School is back in session, y'all.
I remember when I first moved here, I was an intern at Gary Sanchez, and
Okay.
and I remember them, you know, being obsessed with Foot Fist Way, his first movie that him and Jodie made together, and like, and it was just so cool to see Adam McKay and Will like really like, you know, take him under their wing and just completely like encourage him to make his own stuff, and
Yeah.
it was I don't know, it was just amazing. So it's so cool to see like how much he's made.
Yeah, and he's gonna keep going. I promise you. Like,
I'm sure. Well, now you're in the family. He uses a lot of recurring people.
I hope so. We'll see. I don't like to count my chickens because it's Hollywood. You just never know when
No,
your
right.
last time on
Yeah,
set
yeah.
is.
That's why you're
honestly.
keeping the day job at the same time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Of course.
I still
We've
have
all-
my day job.
We've all done that.
Yeah, it's just how it goes, especially these days. Is like,
Yeah.
you just don't know.
Yeah.
But that is, I mean, yeah, what a wild ride, though. That's
Yeah.
amazing. 5 seasons.
It's been absolutely wonderful. Yeah, I'm so lucky. Honestly, I got on one of the best shows out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
awesome.
luck. You're
Wasn't your talent, wasn't your choices.
So the
wasn't your
unfortunate thing
shoes.
about this industry is that talent is sort of the baseline.
oh,
I
right.
mean,
Yes.
Honestly,
That's fair.
Well, it was good that they put on the not being an asshole thing, because that's nice when
Exactly.
someone
Yeah, because
actually
that
has
is definitely not the baseline.
No.
No.
I wish
not-
it was the baseline or
Yeah.
the treble line.
Yeah, any line
Anything.
really.
Any sense of
Yeah.
harmony would be.
Unfortunately, it's usually a cocaine line. Hey.
Hey.
Well, speaking of cuisine, we're not Charleston
Yes.
by any means, but we have some pretty fine dining available to you.
Tasty, tasty taste test. It's a tasty, tasty taste test. It's a tasty, 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 tasty taste test.
This is very exciting. Listeners of the show
we talked a
know
lot about this.
We've talked about the Vienetta off and on
Yeah.
for a
The-
long.
The frozen cake?
Yeah.
We've talked about this a lot on
Yeah.
the show because here's the thing: it disappeared in the late '90s.
Yeah.
because it was a Briar's treat, and then Good Humor brought it back during the pandemic. It was gone for it was.
I
it
didn't
was-
know this, Brenda. You did
I
research.
also
the
did not know
history.
this.
Yeah.
No, I went down.
I didn't know it got usurped by Good Humor.
Yeah, Good Humor makes it now.
Good Humor did a terrible job of marketing because I didn't know it
I
was out.
didn't
know.
We didn't know it came
No, I
back.
didn't know either. I literally was like walking the other day. Me and my boyfriend walked into a liquor store just to get a drink for the rest of our walk, and he walked past the icebox case and he goes, "Vienetta," and I from
Rick
halfway,
is the one that saw it?
Yeah.
Wow.
From halfway across the store, I go, "Where?"
Open it. Like,
just in a liquor store.
It was just
like cold case
next to the ice cream sandwiches, next to the. It was just in the
Which
middle.
is a good humor joint.
It was
In the liquor store is the right place, though.
Right, it really was.
That's the purview of GH.
Yeah.
It was glowing out of the case at me. I mean, the gasp that I had when I saw it was the man working in front was like,
you're like welling up in tears, and he's like, "What's wrong
We've
with
been
you?"
talking about it because there's a lot of people who don't know about it, and it's like we called it the Vienetta divide because some people have heard about it, some people have not. Most people never even tried it because it was deemed too fancy or something.
I will say my family did buy it. I've tried it.
You've tried it.
Yeah,
Valyn had one.
So yeah, my mom bought one for my 15th birthday, and she.
Oh no!
Sorry, Mom. She actually forgot my birthday that day. So I pulled the Vienetta out and I defrosted it and ate it in a chair in the living room while I was waiting for my mom to notice.
Wow. You were always going to be an actress.
I was like, yeah. I was
Always.
like, I've seen this Muller Ringwald movie. I know this worked. So she didn't notice, and then finally I was like, hey mom. She was like, what? Because she had been working all day.
Yeah.
I was like, it's my birthday. She was like, God dang it!
Yeah. Just covered in Vienetta.
Right. It's my birthday.
Tears streaking
I
through the
hate you.
chocolate.
Shoveling ice cream cake in my mouth. And she was like, I'll buy you something else tomorrow. And I was like, oh, that's fair.
Yeah. Man, what a dramatic Vienetta story, though.
I know. I didn't realize we were bringing such a weighted
It was
food to you.
delicious, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I do remember what I remember most is the texture being really good.
It's very, very silky.
Because it's like a lasagna.
It's like ice cream lasagna.
But you know lasagna's silky.
And and it had the crunchy chocolate pieces. And
But thin.
Yes, very thin.
Well, we're gonna
It's
do
about
it.
to happen.
Yeah.
By the way, so not only did Brandy find the Vienetta, but we were like, we need to have it in the right glasses. I've had champagne coupes on the brain.
Yeah.
Because I find flutes really impractical to drink out of. And I was like, you know what? I need coupes anyway. And so yesterday I went to the IKEA in Burbank to purchase these coupes. I texted my husband. I was like, remind me never to come back here. I hate it here. Have you guys been to IKEA on a Sunday?
I wouldn't go to
bring the whole
IKEA
thing
on
over here.
a Wednesday.
Don't do it.
Do you want to use your phone to maybe get some?
Yeah, let's get some footage.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's
So the box is
Wow.
different because now
It
it's
is different because it used to be like a very pretty burgundy,
Yeah.
royalty color.
Yeah, it's not. It's the
and
good
I feel like it was
humor
in more
brand.
cursive.
Well, because it was Breyers. Was the
Okay,
old
that's
box.
right.
Yeah.
This is the.
And they're like, this is for millennials. They don't need fancy things.
Yeah,
they can't
exactly.
afford fancy things.
They can't afford homes.
No.
They'll take a Vienetta where they can get
They'll
it.
take
I will
the scraps
absolutely.
that we throw them.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we
Yeah, listen, you
bought
guys.
these for
I had
us.
bought these in full. I bought them 2 days early to get ahead of the economic blackout on Friday. Already had paid for them, had my
Perfect.
check ready to go. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to pick something up at IKEA, but they threw me in like a shipping container. There were like 50 other people there. We're all like trying to get the attention of one teenager wearing like a neon colored vest. I'm like, ma'am, I've already paid for the glasses. Like, and I kept saying, it says it's my turn.
Please let me have them.
Can I please just take these home with me? Oh, do you know what else those remind me of?
Huh?
What else?
The cat food commercial.
Oh, yeah.
And they would,
the fancy feast?
The fancy
Fancy
feast. And they would ding it,
Vienetta
and then
and
the
fancy
fanciest
feast, the
cat in the
same.
world would come out of nowhere.
Oh my God,
the
you're
long-
We are
so
the fancy
right.
cats today.
Absolutely.
It was a really fluffy cat.
God, that's what the 90s were like, man.
Yeah.
You just were eating anything.
Out of a glass.
Out of a
Out of a
glass.
fancy
Yeah.
champagne coupe.
Yeah.
Just like a fancy cat.
Oh my God. Vienetta, you're right. Vienetta and Fancy Feast, exact same marketing. Yeah.
They absolutely were. Here, you want to take the...
Oh my God. I feel like a cat.
The unveiling.
Yeah. No, I want to manage expectations. If it's the same as it used to be, we're about to open what's going to be a plastic bag.
Yes.
No, it's a plastic bag.
That's what's happening.
It's absolutely a plastic bag.
It used to be a clear plastic bag.
Yep,
from
now
what
it's
I
a
remember.
white one.
Oh, how am I supposed to do this?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Do you need support?
Is there
Again, what to do with the hands?
Well, the problem is that I don't know what to open it onto. I guess
Oh.
it's on the top.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
You didn't
don't
bring
talk
a gilded serving
No, we had everything
Unfortunately.
else.
Yeah, this doesn't feel
I
fancy.
have paper plates if we need them.
I think I think we're okay. It's
okay.
on like a sheet.
It's on like a serving platter.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, it's
great.
on a chocolate sheet.
It's on a chocolate
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, it's
This is
beautiful.
good.
It's beautiful.
Okay, I think we need a plate.
Okay, let me get a. You got
Okay,
it. Okay.
we're making it happen. I also hope it's not melted because we walked home from the liquor store as quick as possible. We were going to stop and rent a movie from Vidiot's, but I was like, we can't wait in line.
No.
We got to get the Vienetta in the
Must-
freezer.
they're in
must go
India.
in the freezer.
We got to get the Vienetta in the freezer. It's got to happen. Yeah.
It's the right consistency.
Yeah. This is very exciting.
I've never been so excited about ice cream in my life. I'm actually really not an ice cream person, but
Yeah.
the Vienetta,
Yeah.
it hits different.
It hits totally different.
Yeah.
I've never had one before. I just think that I felt like I'm from Baltimore, and I was like, we don't.
Yeah.
That's not for us.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that for it.
I'm working class.
Yeah.
I don't know about this Vienetta situation.
Oh,
but
I was eating the Vienetta in our, one-bedroom apartment with
Yeah.
3 children living inside of it. Like, we are the fanciest people today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to think like what the modern equivalent of Vienetta is that can just give you.
It's a good question.
I think we don't make things like this anymore,
No.
unfortunately.
No, corporations are like, we don't have to actually make you happy anymore.
Yeah, we don't have to
You're
pretend
gonna
like you
buy
have
our
luxury.
stuff.
Yeah.
Eat the slot piggies. Wow.
Yeah.
That's where we're at now. To look at it.
Layers.
Wow. Oh, it's
Oh my
just as
God.
beautiful as I remember it.
Wow.
Sorry, try to.
You know, yeah.
Maybe not on the box. Is the box? Is it? Was it scary?
Oh, if it falls. Oh.
Yeah. Oh my God! If we
It's
lost
just
it,
like
I'd be
it's
so sad.
balancing on 2 plates.
Yeah, we're doing what we can. This is not.
No, I mean this is
I'm gonna cut it in half.
They're sparkly plates.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, this is like modern meeting like retro too, because the
Yes.
plates and like the craziness of it is definitely a part of it.
Yeah.
But we do have the glasses of the 90s.
I think it's supposed to look chocolate, but it's not actually chocolate.
No, I think it's plastic.
I think it's brown
Okay,
plastic.
we're just gonna put them into the.
yes.
Okay.
Good humor. You tricked us.
I know. I was like
They
very.
gave us the chocolate and then they took the chocolate away.
Oh God!
There we go.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. The glasses is really doing something.
It
yeah.
it
really,
really- it
is.
really
making
is.
I
it-
already. Wow.
I'm so excited.
This is actually really exciting.
This is so. Man. This is everything I hoped it would be
Yeah.
when I found this at the
It's
store.
Perfect for.
Baby puppy was like, ice cream?
I
Excuse
know,
me?
Garth, not for you.
Not for dogs. I'm so sorry.
dogs. Don't get. Oh! Oh! It landed. Oh my gosh! It landed right
This
side
is
up.
chaos.
It
Now I feel
landed
like I have to
right
give
side up.
Garth a treat so he doesn't feel left out.
That's okay. We're getting there.
We thought Garth would be here. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're so close. Come here, guys.
We got you, Garth. We're not going to leave you out.
Yeah.
Balancing act. Okay. Fortunately, we don't have. We just have plastic forks, but
That's perfect.
I'm a millennial. That's all I deserve.
it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Wow, the amount of this is the most effort we've put into any meal we've ever had
I
together.
am
Yeah.
So excited.
just
Ladies, cheers.
Hey. Cheers.
fancy feast.
Vienetta. Wow, these
Okay.
cups really are amazing.
I feel
We're gonna have to
very-
use these for dessert in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were worth every minute in that cargo bay.
Okay. All right.
It's fine.
It's just vanilla ice cream.
It's a little, it's maybe not as fancy as it used to be.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't even taste like good vanilla ice cream.
It's bad vanilla ice cream.
It's all right.
Oh, I thought the chocolate was going to be like a wafer situation.
It was.
Yeah,
It used
yeah,
to be,
yeah.
right?
They used to be.
Do
They've
you-
totally
Remember what
changed.
I said earlier about the corporations not actually having to make you happy anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is what we're. You know how like
That's what we're experiencing.
Yeah.
It's basically just like
Yeah.
so. There's chocolate. There's layers of thin chocolate.
Yes.
That kind of break off into like a chocolate chip, like a chip or whatever.
Chippy situation.
Yeah. Is what was different? Am I imagining like a white chocolate element that used to be there?
It was like a mousse type situation in there.
Or is that? Are you sure? Is this a?
No, I think that feels accurate from the old commercials.
Yeah.
There used to be more going on.
It's like shrinkflation. For
Yeah.
It is ice cream shrinkflation.
But it's like, have you guys seen like those TikToks or whatever that are like, this is how fancy street lamps used to be. This is what street lamps look like now.
Yeah.
Vienetta.
Oh, you know what? Also, it doesn't say. I remember seeing this. It says Good Humor's Vienetta frozen dairy dessert cake. So it doesn't say like frozen ice cream. So you know what I mean? It's like that
What
kind
are
of
we
like
eating?
yeah, it's kind of that weird like water.
Frozen dairy dessert
It
cake.
means it's like more watery than like ice cream.
Like
I
back
think.
in the day when you thought Yoo-hoo was chocolate milk.
Oh
and
my
it's
God, wait.
super isn't.
Chocolate water.
It's just chocolate
I-
water, dog.
Yeah, frozen dairy dessert cake is perfect for making all gatherings feel like a celebration. Oh my God! Wait, they have a diagram of who to share it with.
Oh.
It says this is cutting it up into really small
Yeah,
pieces.
we're not doing
Me,
that.
No.
husband, mom, dad, son, daughter.
You're
Hey.
not sharing this with all those people.
A husband is not second.
No.
Yeah, what?
Absolutely not.
I love
Definitely
my
go
husband,
son-
but no.
No.
Me, son, daughter, mom, dad. Also very heteronormative.
Very
Vienetta.
heteronormative.
We-
No, new Vienetta. I don't know about you.
Unrealistic portions.
Also-
Patriarchal.
Yeah, I wouldn't waste this on a husband.
I
He'd
would
be like, "What the
not.
fuck is this? I
It's
don't
not-
care."
And if it's not even that good, I wouldn't waste it on a husband.
No, like they wouldn't.
No.
It's not enough either. My boyfriend needs a hefty serving.
My husband doesn't really have like enough of a sweet tooth to
Yeah.
keep up with me.
Yeah.
And like he'll be like, "Are we done with the ice cream?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? We had that like a month ago. Of course we're done with it. You need to participate in the ice cream or get over it."
Lasts that long?
Yeah,
Ours
I'm
has
like-
definitely gone right away.
No.
Right. Like I mean the
It's
way.
a weekend if you're lucky.
Thank you.
If I told husband he couldn't have it, then he would develop a sweet tooth
Mm.
in order to get it. I shouldn't be so mean. He's my emotional support husband, and he's coming with me to the premiere, which is great because I'm terrified to do things like that.
Are you?
Oh, my husband says all the time, he's like, "You picked the very wrong industry, ma'am. Like, you don't like networking, you don't like going to premieres." And I'm like, "No, I like acting, but I have to do all the other
Yeah.
stuff."
Yeah.
No,
I
I
feel
think
that.
about that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like, we're all comedians, and it's just like, yeah, I definitely got into this to promote stuff and network, right?
Right.
That's why, that's for sure why I'm doing this.
No, I do 10 different jobs. Only
Yes.
one of them I like.
Exactly.
Is your husband gregarious?
He's my husband, God bless him. He runs a tech company in Atlanta. So he doesn't understand kind of any of this. Anytime he sees like a process that happens on a set, he's like, "Well, that's not functional. What they should do it.
It is
this
all
way."
dysfunctional.
And I'm like, "I promise you, it's the only way it can possibly happen."
No, these are
on
production
this set.
gypsies. That's how it happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, he's like a tech guy. He's a software engineer, and he's like, "I mean, this is all really dysfunctional. Like, you should have some like better processes." I'm like, I get that. I promise you, it wouldn't work any other way.
Yeah.
though.
No.
Promise you.
How it has to be.
Yep.
What do we got for the outfits for the premiere?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a very sparkly dress. I'm very excited about it.
That's fun.
Long or
The,
short?
The costume designer is short. The costume designer for Righteous Gemstones for season 4, Christina Hendricks. I texted her and I was like, "Hi, I don't know what I'm doing. Can you help me?" And she sent me a bunch of stuff that she thought was cute. And there was this one dress, of course, so it was the most expensive one because of course, I pick that one every time.
Yep.
And it's just covered in beads. It weighs like 10 pounds. And it's got mermaids on it.
Ooh.
And like moons and like stars and stuff. And it's unreasonable. And I love it so much.
Awesome.
Love that.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I'm
Sounds
really excited about it.
amazing.
What's the husband wearing?
He's wearing, I don't know. I was like, I don't care what you wear.
Yeah. This is the
I can
dress
really
planned accordingly.
some version of the boy clothes that they keep wearing.
Exactly. No, he does a good job. He has like he just went suit shopping last year because he hadn't bought a suit, I don't think, since he was in his like early 20s, and we are not in our early 20s anymore. And so we went to, he was like, "Where do I go?" I was like, "Baby, I don't know. I don't buy suits. I'm
Yeah.
not a
I love that question.
Like-
Like you can eat.
As if you've ever had to buy a nice
Yeah, you
men's
can
suit
figure
for
it out
yourself.
just as easily as I can.
Oh, I know. I
actually.
say that to Sean all the time. I'm like, we got the same Google, honey.
Yeah.
We just get different results. It's out there.
I actually ended up calling my sister and I was like, does Sean go anywhere for suits? And she goes, what did she say? Oh, wait. Oh God. Dillard's. She goes, Dillard's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And I
that's
was
really
like, what do you mean
Dillard's.
Dillard's? That's like,
Feels
no.
like a
And
suit,
she's like,
yeah.
I'm not kidding. Go to the suit section at Dillard's. Tell them Amber sent you.
Oh wow! Wow. Gonna name drop.
Yeah, and I was like,
Okay.
oh, okay. So we go to the Dillards. I was like, I don't think we're gonna find anything nice at Dillards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so we roll up, and this man walks out in the suit section. He has a very posh accent. So, hello, how can I help you? And I was like, he needs suits. Neither of us know what we're doing. And he literally just like whips out a tape measure and starts measuring. And he's like, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and he ends up selling us like 5 suits, like whole suits, and just measures him for everything and picks out all the because Taylor kept coming up. My husband kept coming over to me, being like, "Oh, which tie, which socks?" I was like, "I don't know."
Right.
I don't know. And so the guy would be like, obviously this one and that one. And
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, see, listen to, he knows what he's doing.
That accent
And
says no suits.
thank
Get in there.
God he was there because neither of us knew what we were doing. And we left with like 5 suits, completely tailored.
Amazing.
So it's just your Dillard's has good suits.
Yeah, I guess just the
There
Okay.
are those
just the
guys
Dillard's at
though that
Atlantic
work
Station.
at department store. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Those
yeah.
guys are still out there.
He's this guy, and we
Yeah.
got his card too, and we give it to everyone.
Hell yeah. OTP Dillards.
Yeah, exactly.
No, this is ITP Dillard's.
ITP
It would be.
ITP Dillards. Okay.
This is
Got
the
it.
Atlantic Station Dillard's.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, those guys that still like that work the shoe department and like that's a
Yeah.
whole thing.
You can make like a 6-figure salary working the shoe department because a lot of those places are like commissioned. So
Yeah.
the guys
Right.
that really hustle,
I hope he got commission. If he didn't, ugh, terrible.
I hope so too. Dillard's, get your shit together.
Because we
If
bought like
not-
5 suits. It was not cheap.
Yeah.
Speaking of OTP, ITP, did you know there's a third one?
No.
Yeah,
the third one?
There's a third one. On the P.
On the P.
On
That
the
sounds
P.
dirty.
On the perimeter.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never heard that
Yeah,
before.
there's on the P. It's like literally like just a couple of places like Smyrna and Vinings, and you can live directly on the P.
Wow. Because it's like a freeway is the
Yep,
thing that divides
it's
it.
a big circle.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we don't do squares like everybody else.
No.
We do circles.
It is a confusing city to drive around.
It's extremely confusing. Yes, mostly due to the racism.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they changed
Those
the
all
streets.
Unfortunately.
Is that why?
So they would change. Street names where certain neighborhoods began and ended, so that you wouldn't be living on the same street as certain people.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it's better now. No. I tried.
Right, yeah. It's gone so it's better, right? It's all
Yeah.
fixed.
But I do love Atlanta. Like our Atlanta wouldn't be what it is without our black population, honestly.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and that's why I love it so much. Like it's just like the coolest city to me. I love it.
it
It's
is
not
a
for
really fun
everybody. A lot of
city.
people are just like, why? Ew. And I'm like, you don't have to get it. Like
Oh, and I love that you can.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
there's so much production out there too.
there's so much
yeah.
production. There's so much music production. There's great food. There's great people. I live in Midtown now. I lived in Kirkwood for like a decade, and we just moved back to Midtown. It's super, super walkable.
Nice.
You can get to the train. The train only goes like 4 places, but those places
MARTA?
Those are the places
are
you
easy to
go.
get to.
Is it called the MARTA?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
called the MARTA. Yeah,
That's the
yep.
train there, yeah.
And yeah, we love it. It's just a super fun city.
Performed at Star Bar a million
I
times.
love Star Bar so much.
it's the best.
It's the best place to go to get a really shitty $1 beer.
Nice.
I'm glad it still
Absolutely.
exists.
Oh, yeah.
Me too. They tried to close it down, and everybody like rioted. They were like, absolutely not.
No, I can't imagine 5 points without it. You can still smoke inside. I think. No, maybe
Love
maybe
that.
that has
I
changed
don't think
now.
you can smoke inside until after a certain time.
Okay.
Even better.
Funny.
It's like the one every time I tour through the South. It's like I can't book that in Chattanooga back to back because both bars were always smoking bars.
Yes.
and
It's
I'd
a
be
lot
like,
of cigs for one weekend.
yeah, I'd be like, I
Yes.
can't be yelling for an hour and then in this. So I was like, I gotta go somewhere else for a day.
This can't be the case anymore, but I did a stand-up show in Atlanta, like, at this point, probably like 13 years ago, and people were taking chewing tobacco and smoking it out of a hookah. And I was like, inside!
That's
Damn.
Incredible.
I didn't know about that, but it tracks. Honestly,
It really
That
stood
feels
out
right.
to
I'm not
me
going to
as,
tell you
like,
that didn't happen.
Yeah.
'cause-
It was one of those moments where you're like, America, there's only one.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's funny that you brought up Little Five Points. My sister actually just opened up a restaurant in Little Five Points.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her and her husband.
What's the name of it? Shout
Yeah,
it
what's
out.
it called?
L5P Diner, Little Five Diner.
Nice.
Oh, cute. I love it.
And they make awesome diner food.
Oh, God, I love a diner.
We went
yeah.
and tried. It's kind of like elevated diner food, but it's like the same price as diner food. We went and tried their food the other day, and she brought me this chicken that she made, and I put it in my mouth, and I was like, "Where did you get this?" She's like, "I made it," and I was like, "You're not that good. There's no way you made that." And she was like, "Yeah, I made it," and I was like, "What?" It's lemon pepper chicken, and it's sous vide, and then it's like the skin is crisped under a broiler, and it's the most amazing thing I've ever put in my mouth.
We're
And
due
I was
for
like, "You're my
lemon
sister. You
pepper."
can't make good food."
Yeah.
Did she not cook for you when you were younger?
No, she did. She makes fantastic food. I just have to give her shit.
No, you have to. I mean, where was she on the Vienetta birthday?
She's my half sister. She was probably at her dad's house.
Oh, okay.
We just don't, because my parents are like Irish Protestant.
Yeah.
And they get like married and divorced a lot.
Yeah.
So we just don't use step or half.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm the same way. I'm like,
just
I'm
in
the
there.
oldest of 7, and then people are like, "What?" I'm like, Catholicism and divorce.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
No
we just-
fractions
we
necessary.
don't- We can't use the word step or half because it just gets confusing.
No,
That's fair.
no,
That's
that's
fair.
fair.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I love the diners are like one of the most comforting locations you can hang out
They are
in.
fantastic. They're just and the people they got to do like all the art on the walls, like the art is insane, and the music and just like the vibe. It's so chill. And we went the other day after they had actually opened, and I was just like, wow, this is just like a chill spot. Like
Yeah, that's great.
And a lot of places try really hard now because you're trying to compete with everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
And it turns out you just don't have to try that hard. You just have to have really good food. Like
Yeah.
No, that'll bring me back every time. I
Every
don't care
time.
otherwise. Yeah.
every
And
time.
yeah, that's all. Yeah, you're right. That's
Yeah.
don't worry about anything else until you got the food.
Yeah, and they got it. And then you can go, next door and get a tattoo. And then you can go to the next place and get a tattoo because there's like 5 tattoo parlors down
The
there.
sign of a cool neighborhood.
Yep. And then you can go to like 13 thrift stores and yeah, that's little 5 points for
This is
you.
a great night.
God, I love it.
Yeah.
Man, I have not been to Atlanta in a minute, and this is making me
I know,
miss
me
it
too.
quite a
I'm like, I
bit.
want to go.
It's so fun.
Little 5 is awesome.
Yeah.
Come down. I'll give you the new tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Our buddy French Stewart lives out there. He,
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
he just moved out there a few years ago.
That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of people are moving down there.
Yeah.
This is
Here's
one
a
of his
shoe.
shoes.
Oh, hello.
I don't know. People when we bring that out, we might need to think about if we bring that out.
I don't know. It's one of his shoes from Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah.
He gave it to us.
But the
Yeah.
reaction, yeah.
People
you
are
know.
always like, we're always like, here's a shoe, and people are always like, oh,
platform.
okay.
Yeah, you get it.
It's a weird shoe.
I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice color.
Thank you. It's really tough. French.
Aw.
I mean, that's quite a platform.
I didn't realize it had anything in it. A shoe for Babs. Love French
Aw.
Stewart. Written on the
I
inside.
autographed shoe.
So cute.
Yeah.
Craft his shoe.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah, he
that.
just moved out to Atlanta last year.
Yeah.
He's loving it. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of people with low key spots in Atlanta.
Oh, I think people who are like over LA too. They're like,
Yeah,
I'm good. I'd like to move somewhere where there's still production, but
I
you
think
know,
that's why Danny actually moved to
that makes sense. Yeah,
Charleston because he was like LA, meh.
he doesn't seem like an LA guy.
He's not an LA guy.
No.
I don't think he is.
Respect that. I
Yeah.
feel that sometimes for sure.
I know I hate LA. It's just kind of expensive.
That's the
Yes.
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it keeps getting like more expensive, and
Yeah.
the work is not paying better.
It's so funny. I was doing a table read for this little indie movie that I booked the other day, and one of the actors was sitting next to me, and she lives in New York. And she was like, do you know anything about Immense Park? And I was like, yeah, it's a super nice neighborhood. And she was like, how are the schools? And I was like, girl, you trying to move down to Immense Park? And she's like, maybe. I was like, I can have a yard here. I was like, yep, I get it.
Yeah, people are. That's hard. People want yards. You know?
Yeah.
They want
space.
affordable house with a yard and nice.
Well, that's the thing.
God
when you're
forbid,
paying,
like,
an
an
insane
extra
amount.
room. Like, can you
Yeah.
imagine?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
dream.
Yeah, when you're paying so much money and then you just like see in comparison what people get elsewhere, you just like have to
Yeah.
not think about it.
Yeah,
Well, and
I
it's-
did. I was in a grocery store in Ohio this week, and I was like, maybe I should take some food in my suitcase.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually before we left, I was supposed to get shoes for my dress, and I didn't have time. And I was like, I guess I'll have to go shopping in LA. And then I was like, oh, I made a huge mistake. Yeah, it should be like 10% more expensive because of the taxes. But I mean, to be fair, more options here. I would
More
say.
options, and in these end times,
Yeah.
I will say, our governor is a psycho, but he's our psycho.
Hey,
And
at least you like him that way.
exactly,
There's nothing wrong with that.
exactly,
Huh.
exactly.
Also, I want
California.
I want to give you permission if you want. I won't think bad of you if you buy fancy shoes and then return them.
But can you?
You can't. Yeah,
because
as soon
you
as
scuff
you
up
if
the.
you scuff up the bottom.
What
they
about
don't come back.
Nordstrom's? Would Nordstrom's? they
Nordstrom
take
probably
anything
would
back.
because they'll take anything
I
back.
can.
This is
I've
really
straight
funny
up-
because I returned some shoes to Nordstrom Rack like yesterday.
Did you wear them first?
I know. I tried them on. I tried them on at the store, and then I
Right.
tried them on at home, and I was like, "Oh, these are too small. I gotta
these
take
are
them
not
back."
the ones.
But I didn't wear them outside or anything. But
Yeah.
then when he turned them over, like they were dirty, and I was like,
Wasn't me.
I was like, I swear. And he was like, "Did you wear them outside?" And I was like, "No, I just tried them on and like realized they were too small." And he was just like, "Well, you know, luckily I'll give you an exchange, but like, you know, it looks."
Oh shit! If they're cracking down at the rack, there's
Well, you know what's funny though,
There's
because
no hope.
Yeah.
I
Economy's
had bought
in
them
a
at a different
shitter.
store, and he was like, "Well, they don't really clean that much over there." So
oh,
like talking shit on
which
the
is
other
the one where they
Nordstrom
don't
rack.
clean?
it was
Pit the
I can't
Nordstroms
remember where I
against
got
each
it.
other.
Yeah. It was funny. He was talking shit on
My
another
guess
location.
is Glendale. That's the one I go
That's
to.
the one where I went. That's the one where I turned
Dude,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gets heated in these streets.
It was really funny.
The Great Nordstrom Wars.
But they do check it. They did
2025.
look, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
shit. I didn't even think about. I would have like wiped them off or something.
I full on bought a dress for my brother's wedding, wore it to the wedding, danced in it at the wedding, and returned it. the
That's
next-
I'm
great.
not mad at that.
No,
Oh, yeah,
you
no.
kept the tags on it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
Just
Yeah.
tucked them inside. I just was like,
As long as you didn't sweat too bad, you good.
Exactly.
wasn't that bad.
I said too bad, yeah.
Yeah, it was fine.
Fine.
I don't respect chains.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
They are all libraries as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
I do like. I was renting my clothes for a while, and that was like fun for
Yeah.
things like that because I was like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna buy a wacky dress
Yeah.
for like hundreds of dollars. But I'm
Right.
like, I'll rent this hideous sequin thing for one silly night.
Yeah.
I ruin everything I touch, so I have to buy it.
No, I like having
fair.
a closet.
I
of
brought a
shit.
backup dress in case I fuck
That's
up.
a really
Smart.
good
Our
idea.
It's
dress.
gonna be great.
Like-
I can't wait to see the photos.
I know. me
Are you
too.
gonna go curly, or do you usually straighten your hair?
It depends. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I might not have a choice.
Oh,
Might
does your hair
not.
get curly?
The weather
ends?
might choose for me.
Tiffany's got the-
Yeah, Tiff. The hair that Tiff has is actually my natural hair.
Oh,
I have
wow.
very very curly hair. It's just easier to straighten it because it's so curly and because it's so thick. I can wear it for like a week and I don't have to do anything to it.
Yeah.
So it's just because I'm lazy, basically.
Wow.
No, that makes sense.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I have somebody coming to do the hairs, so I'm gonna let them pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then blame it on them if it sucks.
There you
I bet
go.
it'll be great.
Just kidding. I won't do that.
If you're listening.
If you're listening, I will not do that.
I have a question because you're like from the South and everything. Have you had any people in your life that were like religious? Just like,
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck are you doing on this show?
Oh well, so no, actually, surprisingly, most people are love it.
Okay,
That's
Well,
great.
I mean, it's great. So I
Most
was-
of the
yeah.
churchy people I know
I
love
think
it.
people are happy to like it sort of be represented a little bit, even though it's not, you know.
Yeah. I've only had 2 people be like, "Well, I can't watch your show because blasphemy," and I was like, "Which part is blasphemy?" She pointed out.
Yeah.
It's
It's actually calling out blasphemy.
Like blasphemy. I'm not sure it goes that far. But yeah, most everybody else Even I know a lot of people who are actual pastors. My best friend in the world is a pastor, and she loves it. Like she thinks it's hilarious, and I honestly thought I would have more problems. I thought honestly, like Marjorie Taylor Greene would show up at my house with pitchforks and protesters and signs, but that has not happened yet, thank God.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Should we do a lady problem?
Let's do it.
Lady problems. Lady problems. Lady problems. Do you have them? Lady problems. Do you have them? People have them.
If you have a lady problem, you can send them to us at ladies2ladycomedy@gmail.com or call us at 323-6-BUT-30.
You shouldn't have told me that. I'm going to send you all my problems.
Please
now.
do.
Please
Save it in your
Call
phone
us.
when you guys are drunk at the premiere. Call us.
Yes.
Honestly, we would
That's
love
1,000%.
We love drunk dials.
That's 1,000% happening because they do have an open bar.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good time. What's gonna happen? Are you guys gonna watch? Did you watch like the first episode or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
We like watch the first episode, and then sometimes they do questions, sometimes they don't, and then there's like a little party afterwards.
Yeah,
and then
that's
we go
what I would say.
home. And if you drink too much, you stay an extra day because you have to sleep it off in the hotel. That didn't happen to me last time.
I'm sure that's never happened. You
Uh-oh.
would, yeah.
Never. Absolutely
Like I
never.
just go upstairs.
Yeah.
Open bar, truly a blessing and a curse.
I remember I told my husband, I was like, we're leaving immediately after the show is done. We're leaving. And he was like, okay. And then he just kept handing me drinks.
Yeah, come on. We're there for a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Let it loose. Have fun.
Ugh, I did though. I think. I don't know.
Well, you made it. You got invited back for the next season, so it wasn't that
Could have been that bad.
Exactly.
All right, here's our lady problem.
Hey, ladies. Ran into a bit of a lady problem today, so I thought I'd call. I freelance, right, and it was going really well. I've been going strong for a little over 3 years, and somehow over the past 2 months, 3 well-paying gigs have completely dried up. Yeah, I was laid off from one account today that it was a surprise. I'm going to try, I know that I see this as an opportunity. I'm going to try and like revamp my, online presence and put myself out there and drum up some more work. But it's pretty upsetting, pretty discouraging. I'm trying to look on the bright side that I'll come out of this stronger and I have savings. I'll be okay. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like a lot of people are going through layoffs right now, and whether it's for me or for other folks who are dealing with similar stuff, I guess I'd love a pep talk.
Oh.
Thanks, y'all. Take care. Bye.
Oh, my heart. You can just tell how upset she is.
I know.
Bless her.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've all worked a lot of freelance.
Yeah. I relate so much to this voicemail.
Same. Same. I remember I got laid off from my first job in web development, and it was like I was really proud of myself because I didn't go to college, and I had gotten this really good paying job, and then I had booked the show, and I was like, I got all the jobs I ever wanted to get. This is my dream. And I got laid off from that one very unceremoniously, and my confidence just shattered. It just I was like, oh, I'm not as cool as I thought I was. And that's not true, obviously. But I think it's just important that everybody who's going through something like that knows that we're all going through that with you. We are all hurting for jobs right now. It's tough, it's bad, but we're with you. We're here with you. We experience it too, and it's still awful, but at least when people are there with you, you have other people to support you.
Yeah.
And it's not a reflection on you because it is such a
really
hit on your
isn't.
confidence.
It really
losing work.
is.
It's one of the worst feelings. It's like, to
Yeah.
me, it's worse than like the feeling of being broken up with.
It's so
Like-
much worse because you try really hard. Like you put all of your everything into this because it's your job. And in America, you know, your whole self-worth is wrapped up in work. Mm-hmm. That's how you're raised, for better or for worse. And you just have to know that it's not you. Especially these days, it's not you. Especially, you know, corporations are out there trying to pad their numbers, so they just lay a bunch of people off.
Yeah.
It's not you.
That's I guess the bad news, but also the good news.
Yeah.
I mean, like, none of us really want to think about this, but we kind of are just numbers, sort
Yeah.
of, to some shareholders' bottom line, which is the terrifying thing about what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that in no way means that you shouldn't try or that you didn't try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remove
Just-
shame from that equation.
Exactly. And
completely.
remove the powers that be from that equation.
Mm-hmm.
If doing a good job makes you feel good, please continue to do a good job. You know, please continue to do what it is that makes you feel good, regardless of anybody trying to pad their numbers to make it look like they're making a profit. Those people don't matter.
No.
Those people don't matter.
No.
No. No.
And you are doing a good job. I promise you.
Yeah.
And like the part of freelancing, I mean, I always joke like freelancing, like there's nothing free about freelancing.
It's a hustle.
It is such a fucking hustle, but it's a choice that I've made. It's a choice that sounds like you've made. And like,
Yeah.
listen, there are some fun things that come with it. You are able to like go on vacation whenever you want. And if you need to take a Tuesday off to run errands, you probably have that flexibility. So I kind of try to remind myself of that when I hit these valleys of like, listen, this is what I signed up for. Like there's a very specific reason why I am not at a more single income, stable kind of a job.
Exactly.
I signed away some things when I decided not to have that. And like I'm right there with you, man. Like lots of people are, but it's like that is we need to have savings because
Yep.
that's part of
Yeah.
the deal. There is and like we need to have multiple revenue streams for the same reason. And rather than fighting that, maybe it helps to just like understand like this is just part of the hiking trail you're on. You're on like
Exactly.
kind of a shitty uphill part.
Yep. Yep. There's peaks and valleys, and it's not fair, and it sucks.
No, especially, I mean, I feel like people that work in media of any kind have had just a nightmarish decade.
It's been terrible.
The number of jobs that are just disappearing or being automated
Yeah.
or AI'd or anything that
Yeah.
you're just like, okay, a person used to do that and made
Yeah.
it good. It's the Vienetta.
Yeah. Literally.
That's what's so
Everything's
frustrating
the
is
Vienetta.
it's like it's inevitable, a lot of the automation. So it's like, okay, fine, then give the person who did have that job money.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
then they should. You took their job away, and you're not
Yeah.
giving it to another human.
Yeah.
So therefore, they're fucked. And and whatever. That's obviously
No,
like
I mean, we're getting
you
to
know,
a boiling
above.
point with a-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's obviously past like whatever universal basic income would
Right.
be amazing, but
yeah.
it's just so frustrating that to see that so many, and it's like it's scary, you know. And
Yeah.
you're in a position now where it's like I think 10 years ago or something, it would be easier for you to think this or for us to just say like, all right, well, get on out there, and
Yeah.
Right.
send out your resume and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But like people do that, it's hundreds
know.
and hundreds of them, and they're not hearing back. So it's
Yeah.
like it's a lot scarier, and
Yeah.
and we're with you there, and like I know you know you're gonna be okay, and we know you're gonna be okay, but it's still just like it just sucks. It's
Well,
not.
and any person in your life that's telling you try harder, don't listen to them.
No.
We know
They
you're
don't know.
trying. We know you're trying really, really hard.
You're already working for yourself. You're trying
Exactly.
really hard.
When people say things like that, it's just because they don't know what to say.
No.
It's
Yeah.
not because they know what's happening in your life, and it's not because they see you not trying. It's because they don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, and I think Valyn's right of just like finding community and people that are also going through this and like having the space to talk about it and bitch about it. And then you also have people that can celebrate the successes when they come and also completely commiserate and understand when the inevitable does happen, which is this, like jobs dry up and disappear out of nowhere, or like
And,
And
you know
then,
what?
yeah.
If you got to send out your Venmo, you got to send out your Venmo.
Yeah.
No deal.
Exactly.
I think anybody that is operating from a good faith perspective understands that things are really hard right now.
Yeah.
And there's going to be people that like don't want to admit that, and that is their own problem. It's not,
Until they may not be in a position to ignore it. I mean, that's
yeah.
also, I think, something that's happening right now. There are people that think that they're going to be insulated from whatever is going on right now that are going to learn that they're not.
Yep.
So you may just have a little bit more of a front row seat.
Yeah, which means you know how to operate in these times more.
me and my best friend Katie, who the pastor who I was talking to you about, we were talking about what happens after possibly cutting Medicaid and stuff like that. And we were talking about the people who voted for this, and we came to the conclusion that you help them anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do it anyways because that makes you who you are.
Yeah.
Helping people who need help, whether they're jerks or not.
Or jerks, misinformed.
Yeah.
Culturally, there can be a lot of stuff going
Absolutely.
on. There's a lot of things happening, and also just like
no one's a jerk for getting lied to.
Yeah.
And there is like if we're going to build power to get past this, you also need to like work with people that you don't agree with too. So it's also
Definitely.
like, it's like, all right, well, if we can show you, because people, I think Americans get so caught in like a scarcity mindset, which makes you paranoid.
Yeah.
It makes you worried about everybody else. It makes it's the opposite of building community with people. And if you can show somebody, actually, no, that's not the way to be. I think that is like how you are able to actually potentially.
And I think a lot of people are scared that they're going to get taken advantage of that way.
Yeah.
And the thing that I've learned is that I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because if I get taken advantage of because I was kind to someone, that doesn't make me the bad person. That makes them the bad person. Right?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You're still okay.
I'm still okay. Like
It's like gambling. You're like, I was willing to lose that money for this endeavor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm willing to lose some of this money if I believe I'm helping someone, and if it turns out they scammed me, that's because they suck, not me.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Well, and I think practically, and I'm sure our caller knows this stuff, but do the reach outs, do the stuff. I mean, I do think it's better to be reaching out to people personally right now than it is just blind applying because
Yes.
And I know that when I get an email from somebody that says like, look, I'm looking for stuff, I do keep them in mind. Like, I really do make sure I'm like, and we're always hearing about opportunities. So do the personal reach outs and say, look, I'm looking for stuff. Like, keep me in
follow
mind.
up.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
And can you have anything? Because I know this is something, freelancing is such a fucking hustle. But one of the things that makes it so challenging is if you have these like 7 jobs and they all don't pay you on time, like that, just trying to track your invoices is really hard. Like, can you look for one thing that is going to pay you on time and the same amount every month, even if that doesn't comprise like your total monthly budget? I feel like that can help have peace of mind if you just have one piece of the puzzle that's like
that's why I still have my day job.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean 100%.
Like
and it's like refreshing to hear someone who's on an HBO show starring 4 seasons of an HBO show. Say they have a day job.
All actors have day jobs. Technically, they just have their day jobs are doing commercials or modeling in a magazine or being a spokesperson for something. Mine just happens to be web development.
Right. Copywriting. I mean, there's like all kinds of stuff people do.
I'm a freelance bookkeeper.
It's like when do you guys remember when Sydney Sweeney did that article and she was like, I can't take 6 months in between jobs, and everybody was like, how dare you say that? What she meant was it takes 6 months in between acting jobs sometimes. And so I have to do other things to make money in that time. Like not I'm not taking vacation for 6 months.
No.
And that's 6 months if you're lucky.
And everyone assumed she meant like, oh, I can't take off 6 months. No, that's not what she meant.
No, anyone who's actually been hitting the pavement knew exactly what she was talking about.
Yeah, like the economics of it are like not what you think like whatsoever.
And especially if there's like strikes, if there's a pandemic, I don't think the next thing I booked was for 3 years because of all that.
Right. Even when you get a big payday, it's that thing of not knowing when payday number 2 is.
Exactly.
So you're never, I think very few people reach that place where it's like, and all
Yep,
set.
I'm
Like,
good now.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're not.
No.
You gotta keep going.
Yeah, go. You're gonna just dig in, get into your broke bitch phase.
Exactly.
Of,
Yeah.
like, cut out the the unnecessary shit. And just
Buy yourself a bag and then put everything else away. Like, buy yourself one nice little gift,
right, and then
put
be
it
like,
away. And
I'm going.
keep hustling.
Like friend
Yeah.
hangs. We're going on walks. I'm not spending a bunch of money on this shit.
The library has the Libby app that you can get free books those to listen to. You can also rent DVDs from your library. So cancel all your subscriptions
Cancel
for a
your
while.
subscription.
That's some money you can save right there.
I
Except
cut
for
out
HBO.
nails. Nails was good for me to cut out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing that. They're figuring out like the not pamper, I don't even want to say, but whatever, that self-care stuff that's like, okay, I can do this myself, or
Yeah.
because it adds up really fast.
Because my big thing was my toes, and I got like a salve for my feet that I just sleep with socks on. I do that. I got a little thing in the shower to like get lavender salve. Because
writing it down.
the heels get cracked in the winter, right? And that's why I was going. So I do that, and then I just got like nail polish, and I was like, oh, I can just do
Yeah, I
this
can just do it.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I think you can figure out to like cut back on.
You can
Yeah.
also be like bartering your skills with other people too. Like if you know people in your life that like do stuff that you want, like, hey, do you need social copy for any of your businesses? Is there anything that like we can do to exchange like what we're doing here?
In fact,
Like
I did hair for 10 years, and I would trade hair services for everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
brilliant.
yeah, exactly.
Everything.
Yeah, I mean, writing too, especially this time of year. I mean, I've done this is when kids are applying for college, and if you can help with personal essays, like that's good money.
That's a good
If you
call.
yeah, I mean that's definitely something that I've done. I'm trying to think what else you could barter writing for. What do you barter writing for?
Political campaigns, local political
Oh,
campaigns.
yeah.
They always need help.
Yeah,
I actually did one after this last time I got laid off from my web development job. I ended up doing IT consulting for a local political
interesting.
campaign and like did their website and did a bunch of Oppo research and all that fun stuff. Highly do not recommend doing the Oppo research. That was horrifying.
Oh no, that would
my
be
God,
depressing.
that must have been interesting though.
I had to read that book.
Oh wow.
I read the whole thing.
Jesus.
Damn.
It was horrifying. But yeah, like they always need people. They
Yeah.
always need help, and they'll contract you for it. Like they'll be like, "I can pay you this much," and that's just this much more that you have now.
Yeah. I
No,
think
that's great, yeah.
get to your confidence back. It's like a steady kind of thing, and then just do something. Rack your brain. You're a freelancer. You're a hustler. Do something to make some money like right now.
Yeah.
Figure it out for like that one. You can do that, and then you're gonna feel like, okay, I got that check coming, and that's gonna alleviate some of this stress. And then
Yeah.
just put the feelers out. Like, yeah, you got this.
And then just hold space for that good job
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
that you're going to get.
It's yours,
Yes.
baby.
Yeah.
This happened. I hate when people say this, but it happened for a reason. I'm gonna rescind that. I hate when people say that.
No, I
You know what? This happens so you could call in and we could hear from you and give you a pep talk,
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
we're happy to hear from you. Just to be a part of it with you.
You know what? I was saying all this stuff too is also this is a pep talk to a bunch of other listeners, I'm sure, who are also going through the same thing. So you calling in also helped other people.
Yes,
Exactly.
that's
you
true.
know? And I think it's not like this happened for a reason, but I do think that like, you know, if you're living your life from like an authentic place, shit will work out. You know,
I
It
agree.
tends
I
to.
believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. I think
know?
that's a good belief to have.
Yeah, I tend to feel like if you're working from a place of like, this is who I am and this is the things I want to do, it will work out your way.
Yeah.
Manifest it, baby.
Manifest.
Yeah.
The Secret 2000.
Once it happens, you can be like, I'm a witch.
Exactly. That's the great
Oh,
thing about
yeah.
manifestation.
We are casting spells.
Yeah. Casting spells all the time.
The Vienetta spell.
Yeah, the Vienna spells. Don't spend any of your money on the Vienna. I'm just gonna unfortunately
We
say
tasted that for you.
the good humor Vienna.
Didn't hit like it used to.
No, the Briars one probably was. I mean, I know that it was better.
It was.
It was.
That's okay. But this,
I'm still glad it
But I'm
happened.
so glad.
Yeah.
We regret nothing.
no, we regret nothing.
I'm proud of all the journeys that we just went on.
No,
Exactly.
absolutely. You know, Valyn's right. This is, as millennials, this is what we were meant to do. Like
Yep.
the Vienna is a
We were
metaphor
meant
for us.
to eat Vienetta with a plastic fork and dispense advice in a dying economy.
I mean, if not us, then who? It's what we do.
We're millennial ice cream witches.
Absolutely.
And our power is not telling the future, but reliving the past.
Yeah, the past and realizing, wait, was it good, or is it just because I live in hell now?
Yeah. Exactly.
Funnily enough, I did just read about some dysentery cases in Oregon.
Oh.
So
It's happening.
It's happening.
Hey,
Oregon
exciting.
Trail.
Wow.
Dysentery.
Real.
Oregon Trail is back.
Forget which key it is to select keep moving.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
Control F maybe. Or
Yeah,
Just delete. Can we
you know
just
what?
delete?
Keep going.
Oh, absolutely.
Leave
Trade
a
for
trail
some
of
venison,
dirt-
please.
Yeah.
dysentery behind you.
Full circle.
We've been ready for this our whole
Our
life.
whole lives.
We have been.
building up to this.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for doing the show. It's
Thank
been
you for
so much fun to
having
hang out with
me.
you.
So fun.
It was a lot of fun.
And we can't wait to see the pics from the premiere.
Yes. Congrats. We're so excited for you.
Where can everyone find you online and all of the things?
I'm you can find me on Instagram. It's just my name, Valyn Hall. You can find me on Threads, same name. I'm on Blue Sky, but I don't even know how that works.
Yeah. I think we're all there.
But I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm on
No,
there.
just grab the handle. And whatever.
Yeah. But I think that's the main ones.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited. And then, the show premieres on March 9th. Sunday service for everybody.
I can't wait. I'm
Amazing.
over for it.
I think, don't quote me on this, I could be lying, but I think we play the first 2 episodes. We
Oh, hell
normally
yes.
play
Okay.
the
How many
first 2
episodes is the season?
There's usually 9, and we usually play 1 and 2
Okay.
on the first
Yeah.
premiere.
Amazing.
I can't wait. It's
Yay!
it's appointment TV for me. I love
Yes,
I
it's
love
so
the
good.
show
Yes,
so much.
congratulations.
I
It's
have
just-
I have friends who are like, I'm waiting. Don't be mad at me. I'm waiting for it to all come out because I want to binge it. And I'm like, I don't care.
I'm like, that's fair. Yeah.
That's very
Still gonna watch it.
You gotta watch how you watch.
compliment. Yeah.
Although people who do that with Severance don't do that because that's a bad idea.
No, you gotta
You're
watch it
gonna get-
all.
You're gonna get
You gotta.
spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I have to watch it and then read every Reddit theory immediately.
I have to go watch the YouTube explainers.
Yeah.
I
It's
need
very-
that
it's a lot
because
of
I'm
information.
starting to have theories, but I'm like, I need some guidance.
I have to
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I watch it at night and the Adderall has completely worn off. I cannot pay that much attention.
No, there's a lot going on.
like
Yeah.
so I watch the explainers in the morning when the Adderall is working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
I have a system.
Again, classic millennial advice.
Absolutely.
Fallon, thank you so much again.
Thank you so much for
you.
having me. I truly appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.